Okay, so today we're going to install a Crossbow Buddy on a Excalibur crossbow. Okay, so we'll have a look and see what comes in the box with this thing. So how are they stiffening that, Dave? Is there something inside this? Is there like a metal rod in there?
Fiberglass rod.
Fiberglass rod? Okay.
Or plastic rod, probably.
Yeah.
So it's not too heavy.
Yeah. A couple of screws.
Screws in there.
Okay. And that's the shoulder strap end up there. Looks pretty straightforward, I think. And this goes onto the stirrup. Is there another bracket or something? Oh yeah, okay. So we'll get the instructions out of the bag here, and we'll see how it all goes together, and then we'll put it on. Okay, so what's included is the little standoff thing that goes on the stirrup of the crossbow, little mounting bracket, a couple of U-bolts, washers and nuts, just 4 nuts and 4 washers, one to go on each one of the legs of the U-bolt, the strap, and then the stiffening rod. So Dave's just gonna look over the instructions, figure out how to put it together, and then we'll mount it. Alright, so there's the instructions. I think there's some information on both sides of that sheet of paper. Comes with it. Tells you how to install it. I'll be honest with you, we've actually already installed this system on the bow, and then we took it off so we can show you, but so we'll get the bugs worked out of it, what we think is the best way to put it on. You may come up with your own method of installing this on a crossbow, but we'll show you what we've determined is good for the Excalibur at any rate. Hopefully it would work well with the 10-point or one of the other crossbows as well. So the first thing is to mount the little bracket to hold the upright rod, and Dave has chosen to put his on in this orientation. You can put it that way or that way. We figured that in this instant, then it's just one less thing that's sticking out from the bow, and then eventually this will thread on there, and we'll carry on. So the U-bolts go in. So you can put the U-bolts in either direction. We have chosen to have the bolt sticking out. There's pros and cons with this. With the bolt sticking out in this orientation, then it's one more thing to get branches caught on or your clothing caught on. But with the stirrup, this area here is where you're supposed to put your foot when you cock your bow. Well, if you've got the bolt sticking in, then it's going to get caught on your boot. You might not, if you're wearing a big heavy winter boot or something, you might not be able to get your shoe in there. So I think what Dave is planning on doing in the interim will be to install it this way, and maybe in the future take a hacksaw and cut the bolts off so they'll be a little bit shorter when they're finished. Those are 3/8 nut. So you're going to use the 3/8 wrench or 3/8 socket to tighten those on. We've put an adapter on our cordless drill with a nut driver to make it go on a little bit quicker and easier. I'll pass that to you, Dave. The other forward. Yeah, there you go. So there's the bracket installed. We've installed it right up at the front of the radius. You can see right in this corner, we're right up tight to the radius there. And the corner of this bracket you can see is right up against the stirrup. So it's nice and solid and tight. As you can see, these bolts stick out a fair distance, so you may want to consider taking a hacksaw at some point in the future, cut them off, or get some acorn nuts. And their acorn nuts is just a rounded nut, and you can screw those in on the top. Just trying to think, what size of thread is that, Dave? And
That'll be
are those number 12s? Or number 10?
1032.
1032. So you could probably get a 1032 acorn nut and screw them on, and they're just a rounded top nut, and then you won't get things caught on it, because that's pretty sharp there. You could cut your, if you're out, you could catch your thumb on it, or your back, your hand, or your leg if you're wearing shorts. For those of you that are hunting down in the warmer climates, it's certainly a consideration when you're bare-legged. So. Okay, so the next step is to put in the standoff rod. And it's just got a thumb nut or a wing nut on the bottom here. You want to make sure that that's on very secure on the bottom, because you don't want to lose that, because otherwise the whole thing will come apart, and if that falls onto the ground you might not recover it. This is the swivel on the top for the stiffened strap that goes across, and it goes together with just a screw through a plastic rod. Maybe you can, once you get that screw out of there, we can show the plastic rod inside the hole there. If I can see inside. I'm not sure if you can see down in there. There's a plastic rod with a hole right through, and this screw will goes through these two holes on the bracket and through the rod like that. There you go. Again, they're using nylock nuts as the nut, so they're a non or a self-jamming nut, I suppose, is the best description for them, so that they won't come loose. An extra hand. There you go. That's a 5/16 nut if you're looking for a wrench to tighten that with. So we have a Phillips head screw on this side and a 5/16 nut on the other. If you want to do that up tight, Dave, there would be a 5/16 nut in the. There, you can hold it good enough.
Just
right.
about.
Yeah. There should be a 5/16 socket in this box somewhere. There you go. First try. Okay, so even when that's tight, you can see this still swivels. Oh, very good. Yeah. Swivels back and forth, up and down. Very good. Now, the other end of this strap comes with a bare end. Somehow you have to be able to fasten that to your stock of your weapon. Whether, in this case it's the crossbow. It comes with the crossbows. The Excalibur comes with a sling stud. But it's up to you to come up with the contraption. What do they call these things? I don't know. Sling.
Sling swivels?
Swing swivel or something. So you have to supply this. This doesn't come with your Crossbow Buddy. We happen to have a couple of these in the shop here. This is a stainless steel one from a Seiko firearm. And Dave's going to feed that on and then be able to hook it onto the end of his crossbow here. So there it is. Okay. So there it is, all installed. It's not a difficult procedure to install. So let's get it off the vise there, Dave, and see how it fits on you. See how that is. So, hangs pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
And then how about if you were going through the bush with that? How can you maneuver that? You can turn that sideways. Still hangs pretty good. Or down. Yeah, very good. So how if you, yeah, perfect. How about if you were going to try and shoot at something with that? Does it drop out of the way? So Dave's pretty tall. He's a little over 6 feet. And I think that strap, you'll see this just about maxed out. You know, he's not a whole lot of room there. So he's got maybe a couple of inches more strap adjustment to make it longer if you need it. But on a, you know, for somebody that's bigger or heavier, you might have some issue. You might have to put a longer strap on for the shoulder strap. So, it looks okay. I guess the real test will be this fall when we get out moose hunting. Put it to the test. But certainly looks okay. Yeah, hands free for glassing. Using your rangefinder or whatever. Looks okay.
Mm.
So what's your opinion, Dave? What do you think?
Oh, it's comfortable. It's really good.
Yeah. Easy to install?
Easy.
Yeah.
Very easy.
Yeah. What did that take us? Maybe not even 10 minutes?
Yeah.
And the first time we put it together, just to make sure we knew how it went together, it was about the same amount of time. I don't think we gained a lot in speed. So take this, you know, buy one of these if you're a crossbow shooter. I think it'll be a good thing to have, and get out there and make use of it. Good luck and good hunting.